So today I thought I'd tell everyone about the time I lost my virginity. Several years ago I was lying in the woods and I was kicked until I started bleeding. So I bust up into the bank with 2 revolvers up in the air and I said, "Put your hands on the ground, mother." I guess it's time we talk about censorship. No, really. It's time to talk about censorship. So let's really talk about censorship. Censorship, it's what they do. I mean, censorship is something that they've been doing to people since we've been small children. Ever since you're born into this modern society, things are kept from you. There are millions of things that you're not supposed to know. You'll learn when you're older, they say. And it's kind of like, a trial and error thing. I mean, it's like, look, there are some things that people who are older than you know, and they should tell you, but they won't because they're afraid of telling you, and because someone above them is telling them not to tell you, if that makes any sense. And yeah, it's a kind of pretty bizarre system, but I mean, we'll start off with some of the basic things, like, first of all, what gets censored the most is sex. And I don't really get what the whole deal with that is, because first of all, the one thing about human beings that is the most natural thing, it is the least artificial thing, it's sex. And it's censored from day one. Before you're even born, your parents are looking for ways that they can cover up your sexy areas, because that needs to be blurred out, because the public is not supposed to know about the functions of the penis and vagina. So they don't tell you about these things, and they don't have a good reason not to tell you about these things. The major issue here is that when children are not exposed to these ideas from a young age, they get older and they start to want to experiment with things. If someone doesn't tell you something from the start, if you don't know something and you want to know about it, you probably gonna try to go for some field research, because human beings are inquisitive like that. So if no one tells you what sex is, or they just tell you, it's not good, it's bad, it's evil, then you're going to want to go figure out for yourself what this sex stuff is all about. You're going to want to say, why is it evil? And then you're going to go experience it. If children from a very young age are exposed to material about, hey, birds, raccoons, Rover and the neighbor dog, and one day you're gonna too, then they're gonna be like, okay, that's just normal, and they're not gonna be like, hey, I need to go out and figure out what all the stuff is about, because they're not gonna figure it out. Next thing that gets censored a lot is cursing. Cursing is like, it adds color to a language. It makes it more exciting. It has more depth to it. And it's just that people pick these words that they decide are insulting or negative or demeaning, and they think that these words should not be allowed to surface in common conversation. This is utterly ridiculous. I mean, how can you take a word and then just say that word is and it can't be used? To put things lightly. It's ridiculous. Because cursing adds personality to things. We're all familiar with Samuel L. Jackson. Consider the difference with the famous scene from Snakes on a Plane. I've had it with these snakes on this plane. Now imagine if that was censored when they were writing the script. I am quite irritated with these serpentine wigglers on this passenger vehicle. Just completely ruins the feeling, you see? So anyway, the real reason I'm talking about this is because YouTube has recently decided to censor things. And you know me. If you don't know me, you know me now, motherfuckers. I call everyone motherfuckers. I like to say hello, motherfuckers. And the reason I do this is because every single human being at some point has been inside the vagina of a mother and come out to talk about it. Now, a lot of them don't talk about it, but that's another story. So everyone is, by definition, a motherfucker. But YouTube's posted this blog on December 2nd called A YouTube for All of Us, and I'll put the link over there. And it talks about how mature content must be, kept for mature audiences or something. Maturity is relative. You can reach the age 18 and still never be mature. Some people are mature from age 7. But when it comes to defining what maturity is, subject matter basically should not exactly be censored. Families should know about these things from a much younger age. I mean, it should be discussed openly. There are sick-minded people, there are perverts, and these people have problems, and they talk about things that need to be discussed in a mature setting, and no, that's not how it works. It is the most immature thing I can think of for someone to want to censor something for exclusive mature audiences. Oh my god, they said the word I guess that we cannot show that to anyone. Videos of people like me who will casually throw out sexual references or call everyone motherfuckers, it's going to be harder to find our videos because YouTube is not allowing, because YouTube won't allow videos like that to get any honors, and they're not allowing it to get on the most viewed list. It's ridiculous. It's immature to do that. A mature person would encourage young people to learn and embrace that the world is a very wide and diverse experience. And it's not going to always be happy rainbows and unicorns. Because unicorns in the real world deliver painful enemas.